Hey my Legion, how y'all doing today? This video is dedicated to my niece Taylor Thornton, who has a little channel. She has a couple of videos, she didn't have that many. But, she's been on my channel a lot, which is cool, and we like helping each other out. Both her and I still talk about the Dollar Theater closed. And this is an update of the Mill Creek 6 Dollar Theater, and also a couple other theaters that I didn't mention, because I did a couple other movie memory ones. I did a Village Cinema one, and then movie memories of the movie houses I used to go to when I was growing up. They're no longer with us. Because basically, when Tinseltown came up in '95, it eventually pushed everyone out of business. Because that's like the megaloplex, like over 20 screens, and wow. And I forgot to mention, like I said, I forgot to mention Cinema World. And Cinema World was a place that probably the late '70s and early '80s we went to, '70s and '80s we went to a lot. I remember my mom taking my sister and I. We went to a lot of the re-releases of Disney films. We went to see movies more than once because I guess she couldn't take us to see something that I don't know. We saw Dumbo 4 or 5 times. I usually don't like seeing the same movie again at the theater. You can watch it again on VHS and stuff like that. But I remember seeing Sleeping Beauty. We just saw Sleeping Beauty because my dad wanted to go to the drive-in when they did a special re-release of Sleeping Beauty and the Black Hole because he wanted to see the Black Hole. And we went to the drive. We just went to the drive to see Sleeping Beauty and the Black Hole. And Sleeping Beauty is a good movie. Don't get me wrong. And she said, "Well, let's go see Sleeping Beauty at Cinema World." And I was like, "We just saw that." I said, "I want to go see it. Let's go see it." I was like, "Okay." And we went to, and I remember Cinema World is like the biggest movie houses we had until Mill Creek 6 became involved. All had like 4 theaters built in, and it was on. I don't remember Cinema World. I remember there was like four. On one side there was 4 screens, and there'd be like a little ramp you go up and go down in there. And I remember I'll never forget the time we went to see the re-release of Sleeping Beauty. I was telling Mom, "Why don't we go see 1941? We can see it. It's PG rated." And then another kid didn't want to see Sleeping Beauty. He was begging his mom to see In Search of Noah's Ark. That's back when the In Search of documentaries were real big back then. And like Beyond and Back and stuff. Which I haven't seen those. And we saw, it's still a good movie. And I remember lots of memories from similar, like going to see Tootsie. I think we saw Fatal Attraction there. Oh, more movies. I'm drawing a blank right now, but we saw more movies. And then when I was in the Army, coming home from the Army on leave, I remember going to see Coming to America. And we might have saw Flowers in the Attic there, I think. She took me right. The last movie my mom took me to see before I went in the Army was Flowers in the Attic. I think we saw a similar one. And then the next night, Monday night, my dad took me to see Teen Wolf 2 at Village Cinema. And then the next day, I went in the Army. And I think we saw Bonfire of Vanities there. We saw it at the Plaza. I can't remember. Oh, we saw Planes, Trains, Automobiles at the Cinema World. And the main reason I don't remember Cinema World as well because when I got out of the Army, I didn't go there that much. I think I went there to see Boomerang. And then very last time I went there, I think it closed in '95 maybe. Went to see Toys, not Toy Story. I saw Toy Story at the Dollar Theater. Toys was a Robin Williams movie I've been wanting to see. And I remember my sister was pregnant with my niece Taylor. We went to see that. I remember I saw it, and it was really a rundown looking theater, like in the middle of nowhere. My memories of that never were like that before. I was a little bit shocked how run down it was. Because when we went to see Boomerang, it was in the nighttime. I didn't see all that, but it was like, looked like real deserted in the middle of nowhere and real run down. I was really shocked. And like I said, we want to see that. I really liked the movie. I know a lot of people didn't, but I thought Toys was cool. And that was the last memory I have of that place last time I went there. I think it closed in '95, if I'm not mistaken, but it was really run down looking. I don't have any photos of that on Google Images. I can't find anything. I was looking, I can't find nothing on Cinema World, or I would put something up there. What is a shame. I do have some cool photos of the Mill Creek 6, which I'll include at the end of this video, so I have to edit. Uh, Also, I wanted to include another movie theater I forgot about. In Conneaut, Ohio. We went there. Used to go to Save a Lot and the Burger King up there when we went to whenever we went in the area for like a couple weeks. And we like the price at Save a Lot. And Aldi's too. You can save a lot of money there. I haven't been to Aldi's or Save a Lot in a long time though. And there was a movie theater there. I can't remember the name of the movie theater. And I had a friend at work who lives in Conneautville, in Conneaut, Ohio. And he said he doesn't remember the name of the theater, but he said it closed down in 2012. Around the same time the Doll Theater closed down. And we saw two movies there. One week we saw Titanic there, and then like the next week or 2 weeks later we saw G.I. Jane there. It was a nice theater. That was a little bit run down too. It had like big ceiling fans in there. They're real low, look like they chopped your head off. That's how low they were to where the crowds are. And like I said, that was a cool theater. I just don't remember the name of it, or I'd look up see if I can find any photos of it. Well, anyways, the Dollar Theater. When the Mill Creek 6 Dollar Theater came out, I was really excited. That was the biggest one in the area we had. That was like the Megaloplex before Tinseltown came out 2 or 3 years later and blew everything away. And when it came out, I remember seeing Army of Darkness right there, and it was a regular full price theater back then. And then, like a few years later, it became a dollar theater. But I remember seeing Army of Darkness. I saw like Evil Dead 2 the night before, and I was sitting next to a fan, and we both liked Army of Darkness real well. Even though some people didn't like it, it was right on both the first Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2 were definitely R-rated movies or unrated R-rated movies. And this one was more on the borderline of PG-13. But excellent movie. I really enjoyed it. And soon after that, like a year or so, it became a dollar theater. And there were times where I'd go there and I'd see like 3 movies in a day. I remember the first time I saw it, it was Toy Story, Celtic Pride, and some other movie. I can't remember what it was, but I mean, and then eventually I started taking my niece and nephew when they became old enough down there, and we had a great time. And I remember taking my nephew to see his first PG-13 rated movie. It was really a strange feeling doing that. Saw the bench warmers, and then the last 2 times, and then it was weird because my niece got older and she didn't want to go sometimes, so I just took my nephew. And then when my nephew got a little older, he didn't want to go. And the last 2 times I took my niece and nephew there was second to last time I just took my niece. My nephew didn't want to go. We saw Despicable Me. We just saw one movie. And then the very last time I took my niece and nephew there, because we used to see like 3 movies there, and they had like a McDonald's. It was close to Mill Creek Mall, the little walk, and they had McDonald's there in the dollar store. So you can plan a whole day on there on my vacations. And the very last time I took my niece and nephew there was see Rango, which is a great movie. And that was the last time I took them there. And also, like, when I was on vacation, on Tuesdays they had like seats were 50 cents, which were awesome. And then, when I was on vacation, sometime I went with my dad, back when my dad used to go to the theater. And it was weird. And then they eventually raised the prices a little bit, but it was still a good deal. If you wanted to see it, like $2 for a movie, and then if you wanted to see it in 3D, it'd be like $4. But I mean, still, it's a good price. Because a lot of times, Tinseltown, like the full price theaters, is just too much to see a movie. That's why I think with the whole thing of streaming with Netflix and Redbox and all this other thing, I think it's more affordable to do it that way than go to the theater. But I love going to the theater, especially in the Army. I went to the movie theater all the time. And then, it's just become like a thing that kind of died out, The last time I went to the Dollar Theater, I haven't been in a while. And I said, well, hell, I was on vacation. I said, well, let's go to the Dollar Theater. I just went myself. And like I said, I did a video on another channel called I Missed the Mill Creek 6 Theater because I was really shocked that it closed down. I wanted to do a little tribute to it. And I saw, like I said in the video, I saw Marvel's The Avengers, Ted. And I wanted to see that retelling with that new kid, I don't know his name, Amazing Spider-Man. I saw all the Tobey Maguire ones where I really liked it. I wanted to see that, but stupid Glenn Beck was on, so I wasn't able to see it. So I saw the crappy remake of Total Recall. Neat special effects, crappy movie. I love the old Total Recall I saw in Fort Bragg. That was awesome. The remake wasn't so hot. And like I said, like I remember playing. It was looked real deserted there. I played the Rolling Stones pinball machine, which was cool. And like I said, when I left it, like 2 weeks later, it closed down. It shocked the hell out of me. Well, anyways, this is the update of the Mill Creek uh, $6 theater. I just wanted to do a big introduction mention. Cinema Road in the theater in Kearney, Ohio. Well, I'm sorry, Tay, because even last week when we were at, we always talk about missing the dollar theater in the car and stuff like that. That's why I'm dedicating this to my niece Taylor. I found out the next day because she even talked about it when we were talking about complaining about how expensive Long John Silver's got in the car. She was talking about she said I missed the dollar theater. I said I do too, Tay. I love the dollar theater. I love taking you guys. We would make a whole evening, a whole day of it. See 3 movies, go and eat and do a little shopping, and and it was all very affordable, very a lot of fun. She said how much she missed it, and then the next day I found a news story. I found out what's going to happen to the Dollar Theater because there's always speculation that people were going to end up buying it, and it never happened, which unfortunately. And I mean, and then they said that some people bought it and they're going to open it back up. Well, what's going to happen is there's a church called Elevate Church, and this summer they're going to turn it into a church. So the Mill Creek 6 theater is no more. Uh, And it happened to some other places that went out of business because I used to joke around there. We used to play a place called the Fairview Mall. It was like a giant parking lot with a little teeny tiny building. It had like 2 stores in it. And I always looked by and I just shook my head. It was kind of pathetic looking. And then it went out of business and became a church. I don't even know the stores that were there. And then Ames, a super popular department store in the 80s and early 90s before Walmart came out. We never had a Walmart around here. We had to go to Mill Creek or Erie for the closest Walmart. Well, Walmart ended up getting built around 2000 or something like that, but we didn't have that for a long time. We had Ames, and that was our department store. And then Ames went out of business, and that became a church too, the McLean Church for John McLean, the McLean Church. So, this video is from my niece Taylor, and this is my update of what happened to the Mill Creek $6 theater. Sorry, Tay. Sorry for the bad news. I'm gonna put this on your. I'm gonna talk to you tomorrow. I'm gonna put this on your Facebook page. I hope you liked the video, and I'm gonna show you and everyone else the photos I got from the Mill Creek $6 theater. So, till next time, buddy. I hope you like these photos, and some of them were when they were in business, and some when they closed down. So, till next time, buddy. Please take care, my liege. I hope you liked this video, Tay. It's from my niece Taylor. She's a great person. All right, bye.